Welcome to ShortView Trading, your morning market hit for Wednesday, 18th of November. What matters today for traders? Are markets rolling or are they consolidating their gains? That's the key question. And that's the question our models have been asking over the past week. Indeed, about a week ago or so, from the 9th to 11th of November, we had a very clear across-the-board sell signal on a whole bunch of short-term market timing models. The one in front of you now is the short-term risk appetite scoring system, and you can see that signal at that time. And indeed, we update these models every day and publish them in the Daily Rag, which is available to subscribers via the website. And with that, we also publish, as well as the models, our recommendation on a 1 to 2 week view. So with the position of the models and with really the way markets have been behaving, you can see why we're asking that question. In fact, if you look at the DAX in front of you now, it's a great example of the price action that's been playing out in many parts of the world since the 9th and 10th of November. And of course, you'll remember the 9th of November was the pop higher on the Pfizer news flow, the announcement of the first successful vaccine with its higher efficacy rates. And indeed, it's a similar message from the Hang Seng over in Asia. Again, the chart broadly sideways since the 9th, 10th of November. Similar also in places like the Nikkei and in the Kospi, but on a shorter term time frame, really over the past few trading sessions, not all the way back to the 9th or 10th. And indeed, it's even broadly same if you look at the S&P 500, the most important equity index in the globe. The S&P also gapped higher on the 9th, but since then sold off for a couple of days and is now back close to those levels and broadly in line with where it was on the 9th of November. So you can see markets have broadly trended sideways for the past several trading sessions since we've had those strong sell signals. And that leaves us the question of whether or not they're topping out or whether or not they're just consolidating their gains. And of course, it's normal in a topping out process for it to take a week or so to start rolling over properly. And of course, that's roughly where we are today. But it's also pretty interesting to note and to look at the weakest areas of the market. So tech, of course, was super strong into the 2nd of September. It's been broadly sideways since then and potentially topping out in a longer term time frame. But it's been the weaker area of the market as cyclicals have taken up leadership in recent weeks. And you can see from the Nasdaq, of course, it also made local highs on the 9th of November, but struggled on that day, you'll remember, and actually sold off quite sharply for the next couple of trading sessions. And as you can see from the chart now, on a Fibonacci retracement of its losses, it's struggling at the 61.8%. This is the golden ratio retracement level. And it's hit there a couple of times and failed in the past couple of trading sessions, that 12,060 type level. It's also interesting to note that the Nasdaq's in a pennant formation. You can see that in the chart in front of you now. And a lot of Nasdaq specific models are on sell on a 1 to 2 week time frame. So for example, if you look at Nasdaq breadth that we're putting up in front of you now, it's back on sell. And of course, added to that, if you look at the model of how overbought single stocks across the US market are, you can see that's back generating a sell signal. So to see how we're playing this, please see today's Daily Rag available to subscribers via the website. So what are we watching today? Well, there's a couple of interesting things around the Eurozone. Inflation's always key, always closely watched. US housing starts and permits is key. What's going on in the US housing cycle is really interesting when you think about how the economy might work out over the next 6-12 months. Added to that, there's a few central bank governors speaking, including Bullard and the Bank of England's Andy Haldane. But over and above that, it's fairly quiet. So that's it from us. That's your morning market hit for Wednesday, 18th of November. Thank you for listening. Please do subscribe on YouTube. Simply search under ShortView Trading or follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter and or Facebook. Thank you for listening. Trade well.